I'm used to working with robots here on Earth where there's a couple of different options for finding your heading. One is to use a magnetic compass. Well, the moon doesn't have a magnetic field, so there's no way you can just use a compass to find north like we can here. So at the moment what we have is a gyro, which is just a sensor that tells you how fast you're rotating to the left or the right. If you know how fast you're moving, then you can say, well, I've started at some position and I'm moving to the right at 2 degrees a second for 10 seconds, therefore I'm 20 degrees to the right. And periodically we will stop and use some other external heading information to make a correction. The way that we find our heading on the moon is a little bit more complicated. One of the coolest ideas for getting an external absolute heading reference is to use the sun. So not look at the sun, but to actually turn around and look at the shadow that you're casting. If you can see the shadow of your own camera or your own eye, then you know that the line that connects that shadow with your eye goes and points straight at the sun. So then if you know you've got the astronomical almanac, you can calculate, okay, I know exactly where I should be on the surface of the moon, I know where the sun should be, and I know what that line is. That can actually give you some heading information. Finding the Earth, because it's hanging out there, it's a nice big blue thing, you can find it with a camera. It'll give you heading information in the same way. The strategy that I've been using is really simple. If there's any landmarks that you can see with the cameras, you just use those. You can just navigate by landmarks visually. Alternatively, if there aren't very many landmarks and it's really flat and boring, you just occasionally turn around and look back at your tracks running along behind you. When we land on the moon, we will have a fairly good idea of where we are. And that's important for a couple of reasons. One is so that we can figure out how to get to Apollo 11 from where we start. And the other is that we don't want to damage the Apollo 11 site by landing too close.